There is romance. I'm getting nervous attempting a short story. This is where we're at. I don't want to buy any physical books. Hello and welcome to a brand new vlog. So in case you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Diane. I work in film and television as an on-set props person, but I'm also working on becoming a self-published author, so I am documenting that journey here on YouTube, and you're watching one of my videos. Okay, so I'm currently eating lunch and watching 47 Meters Down. It's like a horror suspense movie. It's about these two sisters that are out in Mexico on vacation, and they do like a little shark viewing thing where they get put 5 meters down and they're in a cage and sharks swim around, and that's what's supposed to happen. But of course this is a horror movie, so they end up dropping to like the bottom of the ocean, 47 meters down, running out of air. There's sharks. It's lovely. It's giving me such anxiety. Water stuff definitely freaks me out. I don't know how to swim. I love water, but being out in the middle of the ocean, I can't imagine that, and I don't want to. But here I am witnessing people trapped at the bottom of the ocean running out of air. If that was me, immediately my soul would just leave my body. Like, I would have been dead by the time we dropped to the bottom of the ocean. So I'm gonna eat lunch and finish watching the movie, and then I'll let you know what's been going on. I did something really exciting yesterday, and I'm gonna let you know what that was and what that means. And I'm also gonna let you know kind of a little bit more about my writing plans over the next couple weeks, because I have some plans that are not Ben related, and it's very exciting. Also, this movie has Mandy Moore in it. She plays one of the sisters, and I really like her. Stop talking, conserve your air. No, it's breaking. What kind of faulty equipment? Oh my god, just get out. Oh my god, dude. You have like a minute of air left. I would be so traumatized. I'm traumatized just watching this movie. Did she just die? No. So it's about 3 p.m. right now. I need to edit a video and hopefully post a video that I filmed a little earlier today. It's the one where I read lines from Ben. But I also definitely, if you can see kind of what's going on here, you can't even see the worst of it, but oh my god. My apartment, I'm like mid deep clean still. I haven't really made much progress in it because I've been working. But I also need to do a little bit of tidying because my kitchen is bad. So I need to do a little bit of that as well as editing. So I think that's pretty much the rest of the evening. I also need to do some work things. So there's that. But I'm gonna set you up a little better. I wanted to quickly talk about what I did yesterday. So the thing that I did yesterday was actually inspired by a friend of mine here on authortube and Instagram, Anna Robbins. Anna convinced me to do this. So I was kind of back and forth about whether or not I wanted to get like a printed and bound copy of the second draft. I hadn't decided because I just felt like, what's the point when it's not like like it's still not good. It's like only barely readable. But Anna commented on my last video, like, just do it. Like, it's such a great way to, celebrate and commemorate this milestone. And it's an amazing milestone. I've never written a book before. This is my first full-length book. I've never written over 100K in a novel. I've never written the second draft of a novel. Like, it's a big thing. It's an important thing. And why not, get it professionally printed and bound? And so what I did, I actually went back and watched her vlog, the one that like originally inspired me, like I think from 2 years ago, where she printed out her second draft, I think it was, or first draft. I went back and watched that, got re-inspired, and I also decided to use the same printing service that she had, which is Lulu. Obviously, I've never written a book or anything, so I've never had to use any sort of printing service. I don't think I've ever even used like Staples or anything. So it was all new to me. It was all very exciting. So what you have to do is you have to upload the PDF of like the inner format of the book. I don't know if there was a way to like just copy and paste it into I don't think there was. I didn't see that option, but it asks you to upload a PDF of the format. So it took a little bit of time because I've never had to do this before. So it took a little bit of time for me to figure it out on Google Docs, like how to change the formatting of the document so that it was a different, the dimensions were different. So I finally did that. And then you can also pick then like the paper color. You can also pick the type of binding that you want. I went with a coil bind just like Anna did. By the way, I highly recommend you going and watching Anna's video. I'll have it linked down below because it just makes you feel so good. And then you can also pick like the feel of the cover. So I picked a matte cover because I really like matte covers. So I did that whole thing and put the cover together, and then I ordered it. And now I am just waiting for the package to arrive so that I can open open it for you guys, and it's gonna be so exciting. So my plan is to get the physical copy of the book and then use that to do my read through, make notes in it and stuff. I'm planning to have the third draft done by August 1st. Now for this third draft, I feel like it's gonna go fairly quickly because I'm really just gonna be fixing kind of glaring things that were still left over from the 0 draft, or like changes I made in draft 2 that I wasn't quite sure of that I might still change. Like I'm gonna do kind of bigger things, but I'm not gonna get too crazy because I want, I have a lot of questions for my CPs regarding big major plot points. I just want them to read it and then kind of give me their opinion about the direction that I'm going in and whether they feel like that's good or not, and possible other directions that I can go or how I can make certain things better. So I don't want to go too crazy with this third draft. I just want to get it to a place where I feel like, okay, this is kind of what I feel like the story should be. I make sure that it reads enough the way that I want it to read, and then see if it's working, you know, see if there aren't any major glaring plot holes or just like things that I should not be doing that are detrimental to the story that I'm trying to tell. So I am feeling pretty confident about getting this third draft done by August 1st. But yeah, that's been. Now, what am I going to be doing in the meantime? Now, I already talked about in my last vlog how I'm going to be kind of focusing on work, obviously, but also my secret project stuff, and definitely going to be working on secret project stuff. That is still priority. But I do also have 2 other projects that I want to be working on, and I'm very excited. I'm nervous. I don't know. One of them, like, I'm going to do my best with it, but there is a timeline. There's a deadline on that. But I don't know if I'll be able to get that one done. It'll really depend on work and kind of how I'm feeling and how much I can realistically do without dying. So one of the projects that I want to be working on over the next couple weeks is, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in vlogs, but I'm not too sure. I think I have. I'm sure I have at some point. I have a kind of paranormal, what would you call it? There is romance, but it's not, I hesitate to call it a paranormal romance because I don't, like, the romance isn't the main thing. There will be romance. I mean, I'm still developing. It's still kind of nebulous. And right now it's looking like a duology. I don't want it to be any longer than that, mostly because I've never, you know, written a series before. I don't have the confidence to start with like a 5-book series, you know? So I'm feeling like a duology is a good way to kind of dip my toe in the not only like genre stuff but also series world. But I have this idea, and I actually had it like around the same time that I had the idea for Ben, and I have done quite a bit of brainstorming and kind of, you know, general loose outlining. So I want to revisit that. I did revisit it it was at the end of last year at some point. I kind of got really into it again, so I did do a little bit. I added some notes to my notes, but I do want to revisit it in the next couple weeks and just kind of get a little bit more of a grasp on things and organize things. I want to bring it into my Scrivener. I don't remember if I've done that yet. I don't think I have, but I want to do that and kind of just get things organized, do my character profiles and all of that stuff, which is very exciting. I like the story, and I feel like I'm like right on the verge of like really getting it, you know? Like I feel like I have like little seeds of it, and I'm so close to like just really making it all come together. So I'm looking forward to doing some more thinking and brainstorming and outlining and stuff. I think it's gonna be good. I definitely really like all the characters so far that I've come up with, and I'm hoping to really do them all some justice, you know? So that's hopefully happening over the next few weeks, as well as I am gonna be attempting a short story for a little indie publication. I believe her name is Holly. I've been following her for a little bit on YouTube. She has a channel here. I'll have it linked down below. But she and another authortuber recently started like a little indie press. And so the first book that they want to publish with their indie press is kind of an anthology, like an authortube specific anthology. So essentially they've opened up submissions to any authortuber here on YouTube. I'll have that video linked down below as well, where she kind of explains and goes through everything. But I saw the other day that she had actually sent me an email reaching out to me about this indie press and about the anthology, and just kind of let me know that I could submit if I wanted to, like other ways that I could support if I didn't want to submit or whatnot. So I think I'm gonna try to submit to the anthology. I thought that might be kind of cool, mostly because I do want to challenge myself a bit and get out of my comfort zone and just work on my writing, you know? I want to do something a little bit different. I grew up on short stories, like that's what I wrote. It was short stories and fan fiction, but I haven't written a short story in like over 10 years, I feel. So I'm really excited to get back to kind of my roots, you know? So I will be submitting if I can get the short story done. If not, it's fine. If I don't get it done in time to submit, that's fine. I will likely still try to finish it. But if I do end up submitting, I will let you know and I'll keep you posted about all of that. Okay, now I'm just procrastinating because I don't want to clean. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Hi, hello. Today is, what day is it today? It is Saturday. It's January 28th. This weekend is my kind of monthly reset weekend. I do have somebody coming over in about 2 hours. I'm going to be spending pretty much the evening with them. But it's currently 2 o'clock. I'm about to make some lunch breakfast stuff. And then I'm basically going to be spending the next 2 hours kind of working on creative stuff, but also just like getting ready for February. Figuring out what my plan is with writing, with work, with health stuff, with just everything. Okay, so this morning I've kind of cleaned my apartment, which I really needed. It feels so much better. I mean, it's not clean because, believe it or not, I'm still not done my deep clean, only because I actually haven't been working on it because I've been at work the last 3 weeks. So I didn't do like a full thorough clean. I just kind of did, like I finally folded this giant mound of laundry that I've had for a few weeks. Folded all that, put all that away, and then I just kind of tidied and cleaned surfaces and dishes and just stuff that had been kind of piling up and just cleaned all that and did all that. I have been thinking a little bit about my short story idea. I've been brainstorming ideas, and while I was doing that, I actually started thinking about another idea for a book that I want to write. Or I don't know, but it's a little thing. It's not enough for a book, but I'd like to develop it into something that could be a book. But otherwise, all I've really done is I get home from work, I usually eat something because it's still early enough where I need to eat something before I go to bed. So I've been doing that, and then I've been working a little bit on my secret project, which has been feeling really good. I've been kind of doing the same sort of system that I did with trying to finish the last few chapters of Ben. I've done the sticky note Kanban board thing. I'm not going to show it because no spoilers, but just kind of the tasks that I want to get done, the things that I need to get done, I just written them down on sticky notes and I put them on the wall. So far I have 14 items, to-do items on the not done side and 3 sticky notes on my done side. I've kind of been taking it slow. I think I've given myself enough time. I don't know. I have been writing down like smaller tasks that I want to do every day and checking those off, and it feels really good. So I've kind of been breaking down my bigger secret project goals into smaller daily things that I can do that seems kind of insignificant, but is something that needs to get done and absolutely adds up. So I've been working on that, and I've been pretty good so far this year at doing that. I worked on my secret project almost every day this year. This last week there were a couple of days where I didn't, but I've been making a lot of progress because of that just like tiny little thing that I do every day, even if it's just like it takes me like 5 or 10 minutes to do. The progress is amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna finish making my food and then I'm gonna get right into organizing and getting ready for February, which includes changing over my calendar and starting my new bullet journal spread for the month. So my eye is bothering me. I don't know what it is, but it's like it gets watery and then it feels dry. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hi. Okay, so I have just finished doing my calendar for February. That's all done. I'm about to do my February bullet journal spread. I've actually been doing pretty well, okay? I kind of go through phases with my bullet journal where there are weeks where I'll use it every day and I'll cross things off and I'll be really good about it. And then there will be entire months where I barely use it. So I've actually been pretty good so far. Now, that being said, even though I have been working, it's been a little bit more reasonable. I work about 10 to 12 hours, but they're like regular hours. They're not like being on set hours, and it's not as physically and mentally and spiritually exhausting as being on set. Just because being on set, high stress. It's much higher stress. So I've been actually doing pretty well this year so far, this month, and I'm hoping to keep it that way when we actually go to camera on Wednesday. I'm going to be very busy. I'm going to be very exhausted exhausted and I just want to set myself up for success as much as possible. So I've been doing pretty well at like planning my week. Every weekend, every Sunday night, I kind of like plan out my week and I like the way I'm breaking things down. I'm liking what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to continue to do that. I don't know if you guys really care, but my bullet journal spreads are super simple, very minimal. So I just start with a little cover page. I put the month and a few goals that I have for the month. And then I just have like I don't really use this one that much, but I like doing it. I don't know why. It's just January at a glance, so I didn't even finish filling this one in. But I write down all the days of the month and then just a quick what I have on those days, any like events or appointments or anything like that I want to remember. And then my habits, like my habit tracker page. Right now I just have 6 that I'm tracking, and I still haven't gotten into a really good, I feel like I don't use this very well, very effectively. There's just a couple of things that I want to kind of do on a daily basis. And then I have underneath that, I have my social media tracker, which I just like to kind of look back and see how far I've come from the beginning of the month to the end of the month and see how much I've grown or not grown and just kind of reflect on that. My next page is a quick, basically just kind of little checklist for different projects. So for January, I had a few chapters left to write of Ben. So the first thing is Ben Draft 2, and then the chapters that I have left to write. And then I have a few other things and projects that I'm working on. And I just have the little checklist under each thing for what I want to do that month. So that's that. And then I just go right into weekly spreads. They're just the most minimal. I love when people do like the cool, beautiful spreads. I love that. I wish that I could do that, but I really, at this point in my life, I'm just using my bullet journal in more of like a functional kind of utilitarian way. I just want to get what I need from it and move on. I have a few like yearly spreads, which I actually didn't do for this year yet. But last year I did do like a yearly spread where it's like the books that I read and the horror movies that I watched. I think those are basically it. So I am going to quickly work on my bullet journal spread until my friend gets here, but I also just wanted to talk about, because I realized, so last year I had a reading goal of 24 books. I did not read 24 books last year. I read 11, I think was the final count, which is not bad, you know? I feel like I've been kind of averaging about 8 to 10 books a year, which is not the best, but it's also not the worst. There were a few years where I didn't read books at all. So I think I'm doing okay. And so this year, 2023, I have the same goal. I want to read 24 books. Another goal, this isn't really a goal. I guess this is a little bit of a, what is this? I don't know what it is, but this year, I don't want to buy any physical books. This year, I'm attempting to do a very low buy year. I want to not spend so much money this year. And I'm also just kind of working on not cluttering up my space. I'm trying to declutter and really only have the things that I need or that, you know, bring me joy in some capacity. And as much as books, physical books, do bring me so much joy, I'm just running out of room in my apartment to have them all. And I have so many books, like physical books, that I have yet to read, okay? I have too many books that I still need to read, so I can't buy any more physical books. However, okay, that does not mean that I can't buy books. I have decided that it is time for me to get a Kindle. I'm getting a Kindle, okay? I have the app on my phone, but I want the feel of a book. Like, I want to have a thing. I don't want to be on my phone because my phone's very distracting. I want something that's like a book, but not a book. Something where I can have multiple books on one thing. So I think the Kindle is just the way to go. I'm thinking I might buy it for myself for my birthday, or maybe if like I hinted enough to people in my life, somebody will buy it for me for my birthday. We'll see. But I am allowing myself to buy books on my Kindle, and I feel like the majority of the books that I buy on my Kindle will be by self-published authors because I'm in love. So that's still happening. But in 2023, I'm not buying any more physical books. If I get gifted physical books, that's great. That's lovely. But I will not be buying any more physical books and really just working through my TBR. I do also have Audible, and I get obviously the monthly credits. So I'm allowed to buy books through my Audible as well. Anyway, all that being said, I was thinking about my reading goal for this year. I do have a new book that a friend of mine gave me at the end of last year, so I want to read that book. However, I realized that I had so many books on the go, like so many books that I had started in 2022 that I just didn't finish. So my goal is to finish all the books that I started in 2022 before I start reading any new books. So let me tell you what the books are, okay? So the first book is High Fidelity by Nick Hornby. I started reading this while I was in Jamaica. I'm 23 pages in. I didn't get very far. I need to finish this book. The next book that I need to finish this year is Finders Keepers by Stephen King. This, I think, is the book that I'm deepest into. I'm 210 pages in, so I really want to get this book finished before I start reading any other books. Next is What Are Friends For by Sarah Sutton. I love Sarah so much. I think she's such a good writer. I enjoy her writing a lot, and I feel like she's just gonna keep getting better and better. I'm honestly so excited for her journey, like to see, kind of where she goes. I can't wait. Another book is Better Together by Christine Riccio. I honestly feel like I started this at the end of 2021. When did this come out? Like I got it very soon after it came out. I'm a big Christine Riccio fan, and so I feel like I got it like around when it came out and started reading it, but only got 36 pages in before I stopped or started reading something else. And I didn't stop reading any of these because they were boring. It wasn't anything to do with the writing itself or the story. It was just because I have a tendency to not finish books. I get really excited to start a new book that I just I keep bouncing around. I also have a book on Audible going, Men, Women, and Chainsaws. So I need to finish that. And then I also have an ebook going. I just have so many books on the go. The ebook's the one that I actually kind of have been reading more regularly just because it's on my phone and I almost always have my phone with me, so if I go to the bathroom at work, I'll read a couple pages while I'm in the bathroom. But the book is Home by Trinity Lem. She makes videos here on YouTube as well. I don't think she's posted in a while, but she's also a self-published author. I'll have her stuff linked down below, and Sarah, Christine's, anybody who I can, everything that I can, I'll link down below so you can check it out. But yeah, I started reading this. I think it came out pretty recently. I want to say it came out at the beginning, like a few weeks ago. Was it December? Early January? I don't know. I feel like it came out very recently. So yeah, I have that book on the go as well. How many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 books. I have 6 books on the go that I need to finish before I can start reading anything else. Anyway, I'm going to do this bullet journal until my friend gets here, which is going to be in basically 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to do as much of this as I can. And then I'll check in tomorrow when I'm doing a little bit more of this, getting ready for February, but also a little bit of creative work. Hi, so today is Sunday. It is January 29th. It is day 2 of my kind of reset schedule routine thing. I don't know what to call it, but I'm going to continue to do my kind of reset for the month of February and get all that stuff done. So I've just started my bullet journal. Yesterday I didn't really get much done in terms of my bullet journal before my friend came over, so we are going to finish it off today. I'm basically just going to do my kind of regular monthly spreads like the ones that I showed you yesterday, and then the first week of February, and kind of plan that out a bit. And then I need to move on to actually doing some work. So I definitely got to work on work things, and then I also want to start editing this vlog because I want it to go up for next week. But yeah, today's been pretty good so far. I did wake up a little bit later than I intended to. I meant to wake up at 7. I woke up at 9 o'clock, and then I didn't get out of bed until 10 because I was in bed just reading and doing stuff. And that felt really good. And then I went to the grocery store, and I also went to the pet store because I needed to buy food for the boys. So I went to go do that, and I'm back, and I've put stuff away, I've cleaned up, and I'm just kind of settling in. I also, I spent about an hour and a half on TikTok this morning because I'm trying to kind of get back into making TikToks and stuff because it's really fun. So my goal today is finish the bullet journal stuff, set up my February reset on my Google Docs, probably watch a horror movie, eat, do work stuff, and then do video editing stuff. I did want to work a little bit on my short story. The deadline is February 28th, so I have a little bit of time, but I'm getting nervous, which I don't love, but I do want to work on it, so I'm probably gonna do a little bit of that throughout the week. Quickly, before I close off this vlog, I just wanted to give you a little update on my blog blanket. This is what I've got. I didn't work on it for like 2 weeks. I just recently, a couple days ago, started to work on it. So this is where we're at. I'm almost at the point where I want to switch to gray and do like just a panel of gray. So that's exciting. I need to remember how to do that. I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, that's what's going on there. This vlog feels a little bit hectic, but also like nothing really happened. Thanks for sticking around. I'm sure it was a wild yet boring ride. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're writing. Let me know how your writing is going. Let me know how this new year is going so far for you. So thank you so much for watching. And if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are gold. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.